Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and modify the headlights for this 04 Mustang. We've got some Spec-D version 2 halo headlights with projectors. These are using the same bulbs, H1, but we're going to be modifying them for some LED bulbs from GTR instead of using the stock incandescent bulbs. And then it's got halos already, so we're going to do a little bit of wiring to get these fixed up. We may need to do some modification to the housing as well. Luckily, it's really simple. There's just two bolts on the back here that we got to get, and then there's an adjustment knob right here. So all of that should come out quite easily. We're going to grab, get these out, get these new ones in there after we modify them, and see how they look with the halos and the LED bulbs. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright guys, so we're working on the 04 Mustang lights. We obviously got in these version 2 Spec-D front headlights, and we're trying to swap over to some better bulbs because the stock bulbs in here are pretty freaking pathetic. I don't know why you want to run these, and these are 12 volt 55 watt H1s. So we got a couple of options here. I think what we're going to do is run these GTR lighting H1s. These aren't the best, but the issue is the best one that we can find in an H1 configuration is this SV4. This is going to definitely be the brightest bulb. The problem is based on the housing design that they've gone with for this bulb, the H1 is just from SV4 is just way too big to actually fit into there, especially for the primary bulb here. The secondary bulb, I don't know if we're going to be even able to replace it. It's in a position that makes it very difficult to actually get even the GTR bulb in there. So we may be foregoing that unless we want to cut a hole into this as well, which we honestly probably could if we put in a rubber gasket over that. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this specific one, but regardless, it does not look like we're going to be able to do the SV4 option, which is a shame because I was really hoping to. These are great bulbs, and this is probably the best H1 that you can get, but yeah, just not quite gonna work for this build. So we're gonna go ahead and do some modifications. Also, there was a little bit of play in this housing, which I wasn't happy with based on how these clips are supposed to articulate the projector to go up and down with the screw here. So I'm gonna fix this a little bit, and then we're gonna probably throw in these GTR lights, and we'll see if we can get a hole drilled here if we want to for that other one. So let's go ahead and get to it. Guys, so for the test, we just ran them. You guys could see a couple of different settings. Looks like our LED bulb conversion worked out really well with the GTR bulbs. I'm really happy about that. So now we've got to deal with these two end leads, which are for the halos and for those three kind of like running LEDs that are on this version of the light. The bare strands here, you could attach them to the light, so when the main lights turn on, they'd get power. But what I think I'm going to do, like I've done on another one, is run these to the fog lights. And since I'm changing out the fog lights, this is it right now, which are right here. I'm going to be changing those out for some LED bulbs that I got from Diode Dynamics. So this junky incandescent that isn't even very bright is going away. But since there's a nice switch on the dash, I figured I'll kind of use them as daytime running lights, all three of them. And so I am going to end up splicing this wire here for the additional lights. And so luckily I was able to reach around from the side of the steering wheel. Since this car's already modified with the intercooler, I can get up there and get to the back and disconnect it. The plan is I'm going to go ahead and tap into the positive and negative on these on both sides and run that to connectors here, and just probably behind I'll run it right around there. So I got a little connector coming off spliced into the fog lights on either side, and that will be our halos and our daytime running light kind of thing. So that's what we're going to go and do right now, a little bit of electrical. Guys, so it looks like our adapter harness to the fog light works out really well. Just tested it. We're gonna go ahead and make up a second one of these, get it all taped up, and then we're gonna run both sides around, see where we want to zip tie it or something so it's not flapping around or anything like that. And we'll get our new fog light bulbs also in there, our LED ones. So let's go ahead and finish out the front. right, guys, we got these Spec-D V2 headlights all set up there, looking really, really good. The GTR H1 bulbs, unfortunately, they weren't the brightest bulbs that we could get. I was trying to put a SV4, as you guys saw, into these. They just would not fit into the structure they have here. These are much smaller projectors, since these V2s don't have the bulge that the V1s did. And I'm sure if that bulge existed, I'd probably be able to put the SV4s in it. But anyway, I've got GTRs on both sides now. Got LED halos, LED running lights, and then that LED blinker on both sides, looking really good. Will definitely match the rear super, super well. Gosh, those look good. Okay, so now that we're done with the headlights, we're gonna go ahead and transition to something else here in the front that we just got. As you guys see, this still has a prop rod. Obviously great for like specialty hoods, but since this is the original hood, there's really no reason why we need to run the prop rod. It's just kind of in the way. So we picked up a pair of gas springs, which are right here. And so these gas springs will allow us to get this hood up. So we're gonna go ahead and probably drill a little bit into the hood so we can use these gas springs, and we don't have to worry about this prop rod anymore when we're working on it. So let's go and get to it. All right, guys, we got these hood props from Red Line Tuning. Man, these things are nice. They are super easy, and they do not seem like they apply really any pressure on the hood at all in the closed position, which I'm really happy to see. Of course, this factory hood has quite a bit of stiffening support in it, so I'm not worried about it. And again, you usually don't want to do this on an aftermarket hood, like a fiberglass or a carbon fiber one, because it's likely going to bend and permanently deform it after a while. But with this reinforced hood, it's probably a mixture of aluminum and fiberglass. It is really, really nice. So again, thank you guys to Red Line Tuning. Pretty straightforward install, top and bottom.